What would you do if you discovered that someone or something had been watching you during the most vulnerable moment of your life? This video was filmed by a young woman who was visiting a cemetery to pay her respects to her father. It should have been a private moment, a daughter saying goodbye in peace. But what her camera accidentally captured suggests she wasn't alone during this deeply personal visit. The woman whose sister shared this footage was walking through the long corridors of the cemetery, surrounded by countless tombs and mausoleums. To make the somber journey feel less overwhelming, she decided to film herself, almost like a personal video diary. She had no idea that as she walked, something was silently observing her every move.
Salía para venir como para acá, caminar y viste, para, no sé.
As she films her path through the cemetery, everything appears normal at first, but if you look carefully in the distance, between the mausoleum walls, a pale face can be seen peeking out. Whoever or whatever it is appears to be watching her, tracking her movement as she walks closer to her father's grave. What's most unsettling is how the pale face seems to duck back into hiding, almost like it doesn't want to be seen. The woman filming had no idea this presence was there. It was only when she shared the video with family and friends that they pointed out the mysterious observer. Many believe this could be the spirit of someone buried in that very cemetery, perhaps drawn to comfort those who come to mourn. But the way it watches her raises the question: was this a benevolent presence watching over a grieving daughter, or something else entirely lurking among the graves? This video was captured by Instagram user Palmy Dylan during what should have been a routine late night drive through the Australian wilderness. But what started as a peaceful journey through remote forest roads quickly turned into something straight out of a nightmare. Palmy was driving alone down a gravel road in the middle of nowhere, the kind of isolated path where you wouldn't expect to encounter another soul for miles. But as his headlights cut through the darkness ahead, something made him slam on the brakes. Standing directly in the middle of the road, completely motionless, was something.
This. Seen way too many horror movies for this shit. Oh, you're a psycho, mate.
Illuminated by his car's headlights, a figure stands perfectly still in the road ahead of him.
You're a psycho, mate.
Palmy says, clearly unsettled by this unexpected encounter.
Seen way too many horror movies for this shit.
Palmy says, his voice filled with genuine fear. He's faced with an impossible choice: turn around and drive back the way he came, which is at least a 5 hours drive, or somehow get past this mysterious roadblock. The figure never moves, never reacts to the car's presence. It just stands there like a dark sentinel guarding the forest road. Eventually, Palmy decides he's seen enough and drives around it. But the question remains: what was this figure doing in the middle of a remote Australian road at night? Was it someone playing a prank, a lost traveller in distress, or something far more sinister lurking in the wilderness? And what would you do if you encountered this on a lonely forest road? This footage was captured during a solemn and respectful military ceremony in Indonesia. A group of cadets or officers had gathered to salute their nation's flag, a moment that demands absolute discipline and focus. Everyone is dressed in crisp white uniforms, standing at attention in perfect formation. But as the ceremony unfolds, something appears among them that shouldn't be there. In the first angle, we can see the group performing their ceremonial duties. Standing among the uniformed cadets is a dark, shadowy figure that clearly doesn't belong. While everyone else is dressed in bright white uniforms, this mysterious presence appears as a dark silhouette. The entity stands motionless among the group, almost like it's participating in the ceremony alongside the living, but this figure wasn't supposed to be there. When we see the footage from a different camera angle, we witness the terrifying effect this presence has on those who sense it.
Jangan terpengaruh, kalian aman. Jangan terpengaruh. Tarik napas panjang, tahan. Tahan. Astagfirullahaladzim, istighfar. Keluar deh. Keluar, sakit tahu keluar. Keluar. Hati ulang. Tahan. Tutup. Formasi.
From this angle, we can see one of the women suddenly begins crying uncontrollably. She becomes visibly distressed, unable to maintain her composure during this formal military event. The officer tries to calm her down, but she seems genuinely terrified by something she can sense. It becomes clear that she's reacting to the dark figure standing right behind her. Many who witnessed this believe the figure could be the spirit of a former military officer, still reporting for duty even after passing away. Unable to accept that their service has ended, they continue to appear at ceremonies, standing alongside their former comrades. But what makes this encounter so chilling is how the woman seemed to sense this presence before anyone else, almost like the spirit was trying to make contact with her specifically. So, what do you think appeared during this ceremony? Was this the ghost of a fallen officer, still honouring their commitment to serve? Let me know. This photo was taken on May the 11th, 2024 by a man who shared it with a chilling caption, "I recorded the ghost of my sister." He was sitting in his car when he decided to take a casual photo. Nothing unusual about the moment, just a simple snapshot that anyone might take. But when he looked at the image later, he noticed something that sent chills down his spine. In the side mirror's reflection, you can clearly see what appears to be a woman's face. Whoever it is seems to be positioned right behind the driver's seat, almost like someone was sitting directly behind him. But here's what makes this photo so haunting. The man was completely alone in the car when he took this picture. There was no one else with him, no passengers, no one who could have created this reflection. According to the uploader, the face in the mirror is his sister, who had passed away some time before. Almost like she had somehow appeared in the car, watching over him during this quiet moment. The position of the reflection suggests this figure would have been sitting directly behind him, close enough to touch, yet he felt nothing, sensed no presence, had no idea anyone else was there. It wasn't until he reviewed the photo that he discovered he may not have been alone after all. Some believe this is evidence that those we lose never truly leave us, and that they continue to watch over their loved ones from beyond. But what do you think? Was this really his sister's spirit, letting him know she's still with him? This video comes from security camera footage captured at a museum in Russia. The museum was closed for the night, with no visitors or staff members anywhere on the premises. Just empty exhibit rooms filled with historical artifacts and displays, all monitored by standard security camera systems. The timestamp shows 1926, well after closing hours, when the building should be completely deserted. But then something appeared that shouldn't have been there.
Храм жабық тұр, иә. Сіз шынап қот жасап жауып келдіңіз. Қайта сізге көрініп, жаңа көрінгенде сіздің есіңіз шығады. Бұны көрдіңіз бе? Елес жүр ғой, елес, призрак. Бәрсе өткенде мен түнгі сағат 1-лерде көргем. In the grainy security footage, a translucent figure suddenly materializes in one of the exhibit rooms. The apparition appears almost see-through, like a faint outline of a person moving between the display cases and artifacts. The figure seems to walk slowly through the exhibition space, moving with purpose, as if it knows exactly where it's going. What's most remarkable is how clear the apparition appears, not just a shadow or trick of light, but a distinct human-like form. The entity moves for several seconds before fading away. According to the uploader, this footage shows a remarkably clear ghostly manifestation caught on the museum's security system. The timing suggests this spirit only appears when the exhibit rooms are completely empty, almost like it's reclaiming the space during the quiet hours. Many people believe museums can be hotspots for paranormal activity, with so much history and so many artifacts from the past concentrated in one place. Perhaps this is the spirit of someone connected to the museum's collection, still wandering the exhibit rooms they once knew in life. Or maybe it's a former curator or visitor, unable to leave behind the place that meant so much to them. But what do you think was captured at this Russian museum in 1926? Was this a genuine spirit making its nightly rounds? Or could there be another explanation for this translucent visitor? This final video comes from something that millions of people were watching live on TV, but only a few sharp-eyed viewers noticed the unexpected guest. The footage was captured during a live TV interview where commentator Angela Rye was speaking via Zoom from what appeared to be her home. Everything seemed normal during the live broadcast, just another professional interview taking place remotely. But Reddit user Larissa Leaper was watching the live feed closely and spotted something in the background that made them pause and take a screenshot. What they captured from this live television moment has left thousands of people debating what they're actually seeing.
Folks talking about her sleeping her way to the top. Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record.
As Angela Rye continues her live interview, a small figure can be seen peeking around a doorway in the background. At first glance, it might just look like a child wandering into the shot during the live broadcast.
But when you look closer, something feels deeply unsettling about this figure. Larissa Leaper posted about the live footage with the comment, "We had to pause and take this pic. I was like, there is no way that is her kid. Look at the hand on the kid." Many Reddit users immediately assumed it was a ghost child, pointing to the pale, ethereal appearance caught on live TV. So, what do you think appeared in the background of this live interview? Was it a ghost child making an unexpected live TV appearance? Or something far more ordinary that just happened to look supernatural on camera? You tell me. Thanks so much for watching. If you're up for more scary videos, check out one of these next. You're gonna love them. Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.